Okay, now I'm looking at our Google Classroom. Last week we have done this, tutorial 9. You can see my screen, right? Let me enlarge this. Okay. So on the tutorial 3, we only have 2 questions, very, very fast. How about after we are done with this, you'll continue with the in-class work for next week presentation?
Also, we start the in-class work first.
Like last week.
Okay, I think.
Okay. Now, the first question asks about installation. What are the main items? Okay, what are the main items for the hardware installation and the main items for the software installation? Okay, for the hardware, okay, this is done by Farah. Hardware installation, what do we need? We need basically for tutorial 11. We haven't discussed tutorial 10. I think you can do this quickly, Noel, because this one is right from our slides. You go to chapter 10, file conversion. Okay, where was I? For installation for hardware, normally for main items, we look at the computing related. Okay, so no, this is not the main item. Okay, not the main item. This is also not the main item.
So
this is also not the main item.
Actually, the hardware is for like PC, like PC.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you can check the correction here.
Okay.
So here you turn it correction. Because you imagine, yeah, when you want to, like, you're about to do the system changeover from old system to the new system, you need to get ready with all those computers first. But then it also depends on whether or not in your proposal you propose to replace a computer, something like that. Okay, so you proceed with the correction, Farah.
Okay. Wait, yeah.
Okay, so computers would be the clients. Okay, so the next one, if the system allows employees to access it from their own computer, what do you need? If there is a client, there should be a
if there's a client, there should be the all the accessories, I don't know.
No, there should be a server. Remember,
Okay,
client
okay.
server environment. Okay, so you can put there computers as the clients, all right, the clients. And the next hardware that is important, very important, would be the server.
Okay.
And to connect these two together, what do you need?
Okay. Computer, server, and cable
Yeah,
for the
the
connection.
network,
Network.
cabling. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So there are three already, lah.
okay.
Um,
Do I need like explanation again? Yeah.
I think it's well understood, lah.
Okay.
Okay. So for the software, definitely for each of your computers, you need the OS. Yes, correct. The preloaded software like the operating system. And then others are not that important because when we talk about main items, it should be preloaded OS lah. This is more important, the main item. As for installation of software, mm,
I think for me kan installation
mm-mm.
software, I think it
Which
depends
software?
on yeah, it depends on what the employees do lah. Like accounting kan, they need like
Yeah, yeah.
Excel.
Then you should replace it with the application software lah. For example, the
Oh,
accounting, accounting system
so this
being
one,
developed, the
so this one.
application software. Remember, we have two types of software. One is system software, which is the OS, and another one is the application software. The one that we focus on the system development lifecycle means we are developing this application software. Yes. Okay, so this
Okay.
one correct. So change your example there.
This one.
Mm-mm-mm.
What needs to
Excel
change?
semua tu no need because
Okay.
we are not developing that, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I can just remove the
Yes. Um,
like that only, or
application of software. So, for example, the the develop information system.
the develop information system.
System information system that has been developed. So, to make it short, develop or complete the completed information system. Yeah. Yes,
Completed.
correct. Boleh juga. Okay,
Okay.
and then license also no.
Oh,
Last semester, what did you learn with Miss Teng?
database.
Yes. So if you have this information system, okay, in our case study, do you remember creating the ERD?
Okay.
So what do you need next in order to complete the system?
In order to complete the system, we need the
Why do you create the ERD?
to im to input the data
Yes, into what?
into
Using
the
what?
database
Using what?
using case tool. I'm not sure. No, the Oracle, the
I'm
Oracle.
going to report you to Miss Teng. GBMS. You need GBMS.
GBMS.
We make it general. We don't know whether will be using Oracle or
Oh,
DB2 or
oh, okay, okay.
Microsoft Access. So just put there as DBMS.
DBM. Oh, okay, okay.
Mm.
My head was saying, I thought like the Oracle or maybe like Zem or something like that.
Yeah, Oracle is a DBMS, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what it's called. So DBMS or what? I don't know.
Okay. So we got it already. So this one should be the computers. So normally we need more than one computer. So I would say this one would be the clients. Okay,
Okay.
so the main item for hardware, the clients, the servers, and network cabling. And then the rest, if I want to add on, here you can add the, what do you call that, peripherals, for example, the printers, because when we want to use the system, we need to print the reports and so on. So this is
Mm-mm.
another example. For this software, the main thing we need definitely the OS, because our computers will be useless without the OS.
Yeah.
And then we developed something already. So perhaps it's like example is the accounting system, etc. Or perhaps it's the human resource information system, right? So we want to install this, okay? And then definitely we need a GPMS. Okay, so I think we're done with the hardware and software.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Next is Kelvin's answer. What are the three main areas of preparation necessary for the installation of the hardware? So the hardware, computer, server, network, cabling. Oh, yeah. I think that should be okay. For preparation, we do need the furniture. Yes, correct. Yeah, this is correct. We need furniture. Yeah, for the network cabling, yes, correct. We need the to prepare. Or is it under communication? Let me check. This is under the networking, because if it's under communication, it should be the telephone and so on.
Yeah, telephonic cable, right?
Oh, adakah? Let me
The
see.
cell
Let me check.
phone, the cell phone thing need cable, right?
Cell phone.
In the office.
But then we are referring to this computer server and network cabling. So in our example for the hardware, main item for the hardware, I can see from your answer, it should be just the networking stuff lah. Okay, correct. We need to prepare for that. And the next one, yeah, air conditioning is very important. Okay, this is very important, air conditioning. Okay, so for the networking, for the network cabling lah. Okay, so here, especially for the network cabling, your answer is about the network cabling. Okay, so in fact for this question, it should refer to the previous one. Okay, but then I split the question to two students. Let's see whether, yeah, Noel already done. This is for during the file conversion. Okay, when we convert, okay, let me double check our notes. File conversion, we have quite a few. Yeah, correct. Technical incompatibility. And then problems of new data fields. Yes. problems of matching data fields. Okay, good. As long as it is all about the file conversion. There's another one which is a creation. If there's a problem with something is the file does not exist in the old system, then you need to do data creation already. So this is in general. So I will accept if you answer issues about data conversion or the data creation. Okay. So we're done already. Okay, excellent. All right. So let me show you the assignment question. Okay, the assignment question. Okay, very simple. Next week, what you need to present is the data definition. Okay, data definition. So later when I check your in-class work, I want you to also include your finalized ERD so that we can check together. As long as for the in-class work, you are able to list relevant attributes. Okay, just for the relevant attributes. All that one, you have 1 week time to prepare for your presentation, for this presentation. This one for next week, and then make sure for each entity. Okay, so that is how I will check whether or not you get marks for the in-class work. And please use the DBDL. Okay, use the DBDL. You have used the DBDL before. For primary key, underline. Okay, and then for foreign key, you use asterisk. Yeah, that's it. That's all that I will check. As long as for each of the entity, you show me some relevant attributes, should be good enough. Okay, any question?
There are two things. Like first is list out all, and the second is write the DBDL like that.
Just give me the DBDL. Because it says list all the relevant attributes, and then you're reminded to use the DBDL. Means you just show me the DBDL, but then at the same time include your ERD also lah. I want to check how many entities are there. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll see you back at 3 o'clock. In the next meet lah. Okay, 3 o'clock in the next meet.
Okay.
All right. Okay,
Okay.
see you. Okay, I can see everyone is here. Welcome back. Do you want to start with the your in-class work or straight to the presentation for the data input or input screen?
Inclass so far.
Okay, go ahead. I'll start the recording.
So there are is the DBTL and the ARD. So the first is the booking. So there are 6 attributes, and the the primary key is the ticket ID, okay, which we underlined already, and the foreign key is the schedule ID from the schedule table. Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Can hear just now.
Yes, I can hear. Looks good. I can see there's a primary key and also the at the many relationship you have the foreign key. Yeah, continue.
So the second table, there are 7 attributes. So the primary key is the schedule ID, and there are 3 foreign keys, which is the bus ID from bus table, route ID from route table, and operator ID from bus operator table. And the third uh, table is the bus. The primary key is the bus ID. Yeah, and that's it. So the fourth one is the route table. So the route has 4 attributes, and the primary key is route ID. And lastly is the bus operator. There are 5 attributes, and the primary key is operator ID. That's it.
Okay, so according to your ERD, there are 5 entities and you have completed 5 relations. Okay, using DBDL. It looks good. So for in-class work, I can give you full mark. But then to like really confirm whether or not the attributes are complete, okay, for each of the entity, I would suggest you all to proceed to, can you open the case study question, Noel?
Or this one.
The question. If you look at week
This
week
one.
12 and week 13, one moment. Yes, if you look at week 13, you need to like enter the records. How many minimum? 5 records minimum. And then based on the records that you have entered, and then at the same time, you must make sure that your primary key, you design it properly already lah, because you need to enter the data, the records into your table, right? And then if you look at week 13, you need to suggest report. Even though here it doesn't ask you to present the report layout, but in order to like really confirm that you can produce that report from your BT system, try to like, since you all know how to use Oracle, enter the minimum 5 records each for all the 5 entities, okay, 5 relation, and then see whether or not you can come up with the SQL statement to like suggest one particular report. So with 13, you need 2 reports, right? If you can like foresee for this 2 weeks presentation, it means that your attributes are complete. If like student, they wait until week 13 during presentation, then realize, oh yeah, we didn't include this in our previous presentation, so that is like they need to retrace back and then do the changes. So my suggestion, if you can foresee for these 2 weeks presentation, it would be better and completion will be faster lah, okay, for the overall report.
Miss, what is this mean? No actual reports are required, just description.
No actual report, but to confirm that the report that you suggested with the report content, like if you mention this report will contain this attribute, this, but then you take it from say 2 or 3 different reports. Okay, for that, if I can remember well from your DFD, you have that particular process. Was it process 5 to generate the sales report? You read from all the data stores that you have. So I would like you all to think about what kind of report, what kind of sales report you can produce from these various table. Okay, and then to confirm that it really can be done, you try to do as SQL. So you select what from this table. Okay, select what from this table. Join using this particular key. See whether it works as intended or not. Otherwise, then there's no way for like me to double check whether or not your report is appropriate.
Miss, this one, but the who use, right? Can this one be the same person? Like the first is
According to your DFD, should be your sales manager, right?
sales. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. So to make it tally, sales manager, perhaps one report, let me see. Okay, one report suitable for daily operation for the sales department and another report suitable for the sales manager to make decision. Normally, exception report is something that trigger the management action, trigger for management action, right? Any question from Kelvin and Farah?
So far, no lah. At this
It
moment,
should
no.
be similar to what you're doing to with your database assignment. Okay. Normally, when students take SAD, they also take database together. So that's why, if you remember, I asked you earlier in the semester, or is it the same like title like your database? Because if it's the same, you can just starting from the ERD, you can reuse what you have. Something like that. But then you change instead of movie, was it movie? You change it to the bus. But then it's quite similar in terms of the ticketing lah. But
Miss,
I'm
for
sure.
week 12, code design refer to the query.
No, code design, remember in the database design chapter, we learn about the code design, significant alphabetical design, a significant digit design,
Oh, that
apa
one.
lagi? This exercise that we did in the class, also the tutorial question. So you need to design like bus operator for each of the entity. You have 5 entity, so you need to think about how to design the primary key. Okay, primary key only. Just the primary key for each of the entity. So you have the schedule ID. How do you want to design the ID? Do you want to have a schedule ID that is informative with a like one look at it, then you know, okay, this information, this information, this information, or you just want to go for a simple design, but at the same time, it is efficient for capturing the transaction number. So it's a matter of whether your entity is a transaction file or a master file. If it's a transaction file, normally we just go for like make sure you have sufficient what do you call that, number of characters. Otherwise, if you just limit it to like 5 digits, then what happened after the sequence number reach 99999? Something like that. The code design. Or perhaps you want to see example. Let me find the example. But then for this diploma student, their example is very detailed. Never mind, I'll share with you. I find the Nestle final documentation. Okay, let me scroll down first. Okay, I found it already. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so for them, they have 1, 2, 3, 5 entities as well. So they design the code for product ID, order line, So I believe this is their transaction because I can see the asterisk there. Okay, delivery note as well, a transaction. And then like a product and retailer, these are the master file. Okay, this is how they design. Okay, they come up with the state codes 2 characters, and they show how they represent each of the states in Malaysia. And then they also come up with the product codes to easily identify the main products. Okay, also 2 characters. And then they also explain that for the sequence code, they use 4 or 6 digits depending on the size that they need for standardization and future proof. Future proof means enough space for growth for future data. And for the delivery date, this one is referring to their business rule. So they design it accordingly, okay, according to their business rule. So with that introduction, this is how they design the product ID, NC0001. Okay, so they combine alphabetical and sequence code. So this is significant alphabetical code. This is sequence code. The reason is that they go for simplicity. Why is it simple? Then they explain. Right? So they explain in detail what is this, and then like the order line, they are using significant alphabetic and also sequence code. This time the reason is expandability. Okay, so they have more digits here. Okay. They want to differentiate the transaction files. So for order, they have OL. And then for expandability, this is to make sure for each of this number, okay, to make sure that there's sufficient space for future transaction. They start with AA, okay, and then finish 99999, and then they proceed with AB, SC, and so on. So the principle of code design that they go for is expandability, more space. So meaning even after like 4 years, the database still no need to like do any update regarding the size of the attribute. Okay, for the order, here they're using derivation code and sequence code. Normally when we do derivation code is we want to show additional information. Like for them, this is a derivation code. Whereby from this code we can easily see that this is the date of order placement, year, month, day. So derivation code is normally for giving meaningful info lah, and the rest is the sequence code. So they explain it further. 0001 means the first order of the day for this date. Okay. So I believe this is also looking into the expandability, sufficient number for the transaction. And then for the retailer, this is a master file, a combination of significant alphabetic and sequence code. Here, they represent R to be retailer, and KD is a stat code. So this stat code they already introduced just now lah. Okay, the stat code. So it's a consistent, okay, running number. So in this case, they go for uniqueness. According to them, each retailer is located in different locations. And then delivery note, this is similar to their order just now. I can see that they use derivation. So again, if derivation means very meaningful, they combine significant alphabetic and sequence also. For them, they want a meaningful delivery note because the problem with Nestle is that they are having issues with the delivery of the products. Okay, there's a delay, so they want to solve that. And one of the solution is as simple as redesigning of the delivery ID number. Okay, easy understanding aspect of the delivery note. They include delivery location and the date when the delivery note is generated. This is the stat code just now when it is placed, right? And D means delivery note. Just now OL, right? OL is for the order, and this is the running number. Yeah, that's also when they present their records, for them, they need to give me at least 20 records. Okay, so I ask them to key in at least 20 records for each of the entity. Okay, in fact, I will double check, like when they simply key in the order date like this, and then when I double check the same order date in their delivery note, or they deliver the product first before the product has been ordered. So I check for that. This is list of a retailer. Initially they just simply put 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then like even the stat code I check. Oh, is it really 0 at for Labuan? Oh, no, miss. Labuan is 0 at 7. So they designed the stat code. So if you already designed the stat code, I know that this is Labuan. Then why is it not using 0 at 7? So that's how I check as well. If you design your code in such a way, so the data entry done by the data entry clerk should be like they have an idea about that particular retailer already. This is the delivery note. So I can actually, I like the delivery ID number. So if they simply key in, then I know, oh, why here your delivery ID is 200713, but then the delivery date is different. Mentioned in the code design that this is to represent year, month, day. And then they go and quickly change. And then if I check, oh, why the delivery date is before the order is placed. So they double check on that one as well. Okay. So it depends on your business rule. I think that's about it. And then for the report, for them, they need to really design. They need to suggest 3 reports, and based on each of the report, they explain the good report design. But in your case study, remember it says no need to produce any actual report, right? For them, they have to. Okay, they have to and justify the report design. Okay, so this is yeah, I believe they use Oracle. Was it? No. They confirm first using Oracle that they can come up with the SQL statement. Okay, exception report, all the report guideline. They have end of report indicator, but for you all no need to design. But I want you all to make sure if you are suggesting, okay, this report will include the product ID, product name, and total quantity. Then make sure you can produce that using Oracle. This is a summary report. Okay, the appendix, and then there should be a reason. Like for them, they have function manager. Yeah, these 2 reports are used by the 2 users. Okay, operation. This one is for marketing. with a proper report title, the content, they explain it properly lah. What is the content? Okay, and the purpose. The purpose might be for daily operation, for that particular department. If your user is a sales manager, then for the sales department daily operation, and another one would be normally for exception report, it should trigger the action from management, right? So here I can identify this, and the decision making is for the future marketing plans. Okay, this one is also yeah, for them to identify which product has been overstocked, low stock, da, 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 da. So I believe that should be useful enough for you guys.
Okay.
Just remember that your requirement is not as detailed, not as tougher like the diploma student. Okay, like this one, no need to design the whole thing. Okay, and then for yours only minimum 5 records sahaja. Okay. Here you are required to use Oracle. Alang-alang you use Oracle, you already have the record. Why not you pair on with the SQL, see whether the report that you suggest is appropriate or can be generated or not. Okay, so that's it. Next would be your presentation. Do you want to go for a toilet break first?
Okay.
I need my toilet break, so
Oh, okay.
2 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. So, how do you find the diploma students' assignment?
Very detailed.
Very detailed lah.
Because I asked them to change and change and change and change. For diploma, we have like practical is 2 hours. But then for YOL, it's only like 1 hour, right? So I believe that is one of the factor. As what you can see, the case study assignment is more like there are more requirements lah. For yours already been like few things already been removed lah. Okay, yeah lah. I also agree. Otherwise, then we don't have enough time. And then some more, because for them they take SAD and database together in one semester. So the assignment question is something like make sure the title is the same for both courses. So meaning when my student they presented their ERD for the case study, then I normally will invite Miss Teng. Okay, as usual, I will invite Miss Teng. I told her, yeah, no, why not? Because like satu kali lah, all right, get her to join the presentation. It's like double presentation. She also need to see the students CRD. So from there, everything is tally. It's like they're doing, in terms of the database design, they're doing one work for two assignment. Okay, so even though it's quite packed, they still manage to do it. Okay, so are you ready for your presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you may proceed and I'll start recording.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So today we will be presenting the week 11 system design inputs. So the agenda for today is first is data input screen, and second is validation checks, and third is user friendliness features. So for data input screen, it will look like this. So here there's input for the users to key in, and over here there's a price calculator. So depending on the destination code, it will display the price, and depending on the number of passengers, it will display the total price. Uh, I deliver my presentation to Kelvin.
Before that, I would like to suggest something for your final report lah. I can see that the design is much better already compared to last week. And I can see that you managed to group the sections together, like you have the under the price calculator, you have price and also the total price. Let me see. Normally for price, we will display it rather than left align, it should be right align. Especially when there is like, what do you call that? 10,
Oh,
a decimal, yeah, decimal point. So in your final report, you can make both price and total price as right align. Okay, right align. What else? So meaning, why do you use the blue color for both the destination code and number of passengers?
that one because to make it like more noticeable. Yeah, because I thought using blue like.
If you want my suggestion, normally we use different colors to show so are you saying that the blue color is waiting for user input?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then for the price and total price, you disable or what do you call that?
Disable.
Inactive. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be okay. How about the legend? What do you call that in Visual Basic? The legend for the grouping. You use input. What do you call that in Visual Basic?
Group box.
Group box.
Input, is it the legend or title or what? I forgot already.
It's like title. Yeah, someone like title.
There's a name for it. I don't remember. Perhaps you can rename it instead of just put input. This screen is about ad booking, correct?
Okay.
So how should you best rename the input?
If like
More meaningful lah.
Details.
What detail?
Booking. Wait destination code, number of passengers, departure, destination, departure.
Yeah, booking details like okay.
Much more meaningful. Yeah, I agree. Booking details like what will be your booking details, sir? So I want to go to Tawau for 2 person. So it's much more meaningful, right? Okay, if you put the booking details. Okay, and on the right hand side, you have the destination code. What do you have? What's your idea on that particular table?
Like first if the user pick one destination code like Tawau, then after they pick one, it will display the available schedule.
Okay. Because there is no like title for this particular table. So I want to suggest perhaps you can add in something at the top. So reduce the height and then insert what do you call schedule? Is it a bus schedule?
This one, this table. Bus schedule.
Perhaps you can identify, something like a caption so that we want to make your screen input, your screen design is like for a first time user, one look at it, apa ini ya? Bus schedule, okay, terus faham. Okay, like mine, kenapa ada bus status? So I suggest add the caption. So 3 things. If you all agree with my suggestion, you can proceed with the correction in the final report. So I think it's 3 things, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Just the renaming of the input, add the caption for the bus schedule, and the alignment for the currency lah. That's it. Okay, proceed. And I have another question. Do you all only allow add record?
What
Is there any edit?
What edit?
The screen design just now, is it for adding only? What if this correction need to be made? Is it in another screen?
Correction?
Like
When
any update, something like that. Is it like possible in your scenario?
Um, oh yeah, possible.
Possible.
So yeah,
So perhaps you
because
can add one more button.
Oh,
it
meaning like add another button for like update
Edit.
or edit like
Edit
that.
or update lah. Or edit. Up to you. Edit.
edit the
Yeah, something like.
schedule details, Miss.
Not the schedule. The booking.
need to edit the but
Just
That's why
connect
I'm
it in.
asking you, is it possible for like after the booking is done and then there's a mistake with the number of passenger and do you allow them to change
Yeah, but the one in another Windows, another phone.
and
another window lah? Okay, so that explain the title of the screen, which is add booking. In that case, to make it clear, as well as for in case I don't remember when I go through your report later, and also for my reviewer, can you take note of this? Can you insert a brief explanation about what is the screen all about? So for the data entry screen, this is the design for the what screen, where the cells, what do you call them? Cells.
Sales stuff.
Yeah, where the sales staff will use this to enter the booking detail from the customer. Okay. Yeah. Enter.
really need
Add lah.
really need edit. Yeah, isn't that already just need to refund the money and those things already?
Noel already mentioned just now it's not included in the screen. It should be in another screen. So I just need you all to insert an explanation that the screen is solely for the data entry of adding the booking into the system.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so continue, Kelvin.
No, I will be presenting the validation checks. There will be two validation checks, both for the number of passengers. One is the data type check, and then the other is the range check. For the data type one, the system will check the data. If the data consists of numbers only, if the data consists of the other characters, it will show error message. For the range, it just checks that if the range is between 1 to 45 passengers only, and then if it's acceptable. If it's out of the range, or if it's out of the range, it will show error also.
It would be better if like your system can check the number of seats left, right?
Or
In real life. But then that is acceptable in terms of range. But in case if you want it to be more user friendly, then it will show on the screen insufficient seat available. Please re-enter something like that. Only how many seats left.
now it's a
Okay.
fairer present.
Yes, continue.
If you need to add the one until you need to change that live, it needs a lot of coding also.
Yeah, that one requires coding. A good system should be able to do that for the human, right? That's what I'm just to share something with you all. Okay, Farah, continue.
Oh, I forgot to on my mic. Okay. Today I will be presenting on the user friendliness features. So for the user friendliness features, there will be two features, and one is for the meaningful error messages, and the second will be the pull down list feature. So for the meaningful error messages, the users are likely to make mistakes, so a meaningful error messages is important to ensure the user understand the problem and find the solution more easily lah. So for example, kan, the meaningful error messages, here will be the pop-out window where the input error will explain what will be the error. For example, like number of passengers is empty, or maybe like wrong um, wrong enter key, and then there's another one will be a suggestion like please enter a number from 1 to 45, the instruction for the user, so the user can understand what will be the error be and what needs to be fixed. So the next one will be the pull down list. The pull down list, it is to reduce the input error and ensure that the user enter a correct input. A list of acceptable input can be directly chosen by the user without involving any manual input. So this one is more easier for the user to use. Instead of like typing the destination's code, they can just use uh, the arrow down, and then they can pick all the destination's code that has been um, recorded in the system. So for Tawau, they can just click and then no need to type it out. So that is all for the
For Visual Basic, is it possible to in the display you display the description instead of the code, but then when you save it, what will be saved would be the code.
meaning like this is the name for Tawau, and I mean
Yes.
Kota Belut, and then the here will be the T Belut and something like that. Is that what you mean?
So like
Do you have
so the code is
attribute
TW.
for destination name?
Need to list them down. Haven't confirmed everything. I haven't confirmed it.
Is it included in your attribute just now?
In the attribute,
Ada? Destination name. Ada?
Name don't have.
Name
I would like to suggest the destination name also to make it more meaningful, more, because this is like you don't expect your sales staff to like memorize the code. It's more meaningful for them to see the destination name in full. What do you all think? In the pull down list, I mean.
I think there's no need to for code. Just put in the descriptions for.
Yeah, for the pull down list, normally we use the description, okay, and then for the programming side, instead of the description, we can still like retrieve the code for that particular description and use the code in the coding. So for user friendliness means I think it's much more better to use the destination name.
Okay.
How about you, Noel?
Oh yeah, easier for the users, because the user
The sales staff, yes.
What if we had a help button?
That's a extra one step. No. 2 step. Click help. Lepas tu scroll down. 2
yeah,
steps.
scroll down.
Okay, and then one more. Will this, if you agree to use the description of the destination, then do you think you will change the table?
Oh yeah, just means how.
Instead of either you can insert the destination name, because I can see that your destination, the space for the destination code and then the space for the price and total macam quite the length is more than enough. Okay, you can like squeeze, make it smaller, the space, and then you have additional space for the table. Otherwise, instead of the destination code, you just change it to the destination name. But meaning you, from the destination table, you just extract out the name, departure, date, and then also the time departure and the bus status. Which one is better? You want to show both code and description, or just name?
Just do both. I think do both is better.
Yeah, my opinion also like that lah. I mean, like there's a description for the destination and then the destination code, so that
Okay,
the user knows lah.
all right.
But the
So I'm
scroll,
good with that.
but the scroll down, not sure if using. I don't know if using code or using description better.
What do you mean by the scroll down?
This one.
The scroll down. Should we use
The pull down list.
the pull down list?
Description is much more better.
Description is better for the scroll down.
Yeah, because you don't want to show your end user the code that you use for the database, right? That is back end processing ready.
Oh, just change to destination code to destination name and then change all the scrolls
you can
to
just rename it to destination, right? Something destination
destination,
instead
and
of destination code.
then all the scroll down change to full names.
Yeah,
Should be, I think, enough space, right?
I think it's enough space because this one it's big caps lock kan.
Yeah. And then the table need to change a bit. I think that's about it regarding the pull down list. There's one more. Sorry, suddenly I have lots of ideas. Ferry, can you go back to the previous slide?
Okay.
I think this error message, the error message just now, it's meant for existent check. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
number of passengers is empty. So my suggestion is, if you go back to the validation just now.
Validation. This one kah?
I think the one that you show the two types. Okay. It's much more better if you give examples for these two. The error message for data type, wrong data type, invalid data type, and also for the range check. The one that you show is, I think it's checking for existent, whether it is empty or not. So it's better if like everything is tally.
Oh, so the message. So should show if it just say the input is invalid like that only. Not is empty.
In that case, you need to mention that the number of passenger, the input is invalid. Please enter number, something like that. Unless you want to change the validation check to existence check, then solve the problem. Or presence check. Is it existence or presence? Macam presence, tunggu. Existence. No. Oh, it's not existence check. Existence check is to check whether or not it is in the database. The one that you showed just now is a now value check.
Yeah, the value check.
Yeah, the now value check to make sure that all the value has been entered and not left blank. So to make it easy, how about changing it to now value check?
null, but oh, okay.
Then there's no need for you to change your your error message design. Or if you don't want to change the validation check, then you change the error designer, make
Oh,
it valid.
it's either the two lah kan.
Can I have
Ah,
two?
ah, ah,
Can
ah,
I have
ah.
Can I have two different boxes, two different type, two different error messages for different check?
Then in that case, I would welcome if you can show me two different error messages for the two validation check. Just that the example of error message that you'll give here is doesn't tally with the validation check that you suggested.
If just say number of just say the input is invalid, and then generally can use for all. Can
Mm, it's not very meaningful, not that meaningful.
oh, okay.
Okay, so it's either the this one is to change or the validation checks that needs to change, right?
Yes, yes. Now value check up to you. So you'll decide as long as it tallies validation check that you do, and then when you talk about meaningful error messages, at least you mention something about it lah. For example, this is the error message for the validation check, something like that.
Okay.
Okay, I think I don't have any other suggestion or feedback. Anything that you all want to ask?
In the final report, we can add more of the error message if you want.
Mm,
Or
Do
it's
we
boleh
have
just
to
juga,
do we have to
tapi
show all the?
I prefer if you don't simply add something that I haven't agreed yet lah.
Okay.
Otherwise, then it will introduce or more question. Oh, why? So
Okay.
if you want to give any suggestion, you can ask me now, and then I will let you know. Okay, kah tidak? What other error messages you want to suggest, Calvin?
Nah, nothing. I just depends like the login error.
Oh, itu tak payah, tak payah.
Okay,
No need, no need.
we only need this interface only.
Yes, yes, itu saja.
oh okay.
So your case study is just a small portion, of the system development of the BT system. Like it's not the whole thing. Just a SAD course, and it's not what do you call that? A final year project. If it's a final year project, basically what the student needs to do is to show me the design for all the user input screen. And then for all the report generated from the screen, everything.
Yeah. I
So
remember that.
yeah, that one was another like 4 hours, you say, for the previously when we had this final year project, 4 hours just for the practical session. Because lots of things need to cover. So
Actually,
just make
Miss,
it simple. Mm-hmm.
this interface can like there should be an origin, place of origin.
Oh yeah. Suppose
I
that
forgot to.
tapi it's already removed from your question, like
Yeah, I directly take from the view.
yeah,
layout.
the source document. Suppose there should be a source document, and then you something like you design this source document booking form lah, a booking form that the sales staff will use to record the booking details from the customer lah. Okay, like a booking form, right? And then from the booking form, which is the source document, you try to design the screen, which more or less based on the booking form. And then one criteria that I will check is that whether all the attributes are there, means all the like empty empty boxes in the booking form, is it all included in your screen design? And I'll also look at the sequence. Okay, is the sequence of the screen data entry is similar to the booking form. Booking form, normally we enter, normally we fill up the form top to bottom. Okay, and then if there's from left to right, then I will see how you redesign it in a screen context. But then for yours, the source document has been excluded. So there's no source document. Much more easier, right? If you want me to give another different example, last time there's this one group of students, their title is library system. So they have decided to design a data entry screen for registering of the new library member. Okay, adding member, register member. And then I told them, do you know what should you add into the registration screen? They said, we don't have any idea. Why don't you go to the Penampang State Library? Just say you want to register as a member, and then you keep a copy of the form. Something like that. So so in fact, for that particular group, they have the actual source document. And so from the actual source document, they redesign their own source document to like make it more custom to their case study lah. Because for them, the case studies library system for the TAR College Dogongon. Last time used to be TAR College Dogongon. So they redesign the source document based on the actual registration form, something like that. What SA can do. If you remember under system analysis, fact gathering, one of the technique besides interviewing and distributing questionnaire is document inspection, right? Analysis of the existing documents. So one of the document would be the forms where it will really help the SA when he needs to design the screen. So is it clear about the source document? Or are you talking about something else, Noel?
Oh yeah, something else.
Rephrase your question, please. Already for.
This one there's supposed to be origin, destination, and the destination.
Oh,
Because this one directly from the other subject, the interface.
Okay. Yeah,
So
you're correct. You're correct. Yes.
I didn't adapt to the SID.
Yeah, because speed bus have branches in several places, right?
Yeah.
You can add that one in. Do you need to update your list of attributes?
For the ERD, I think the ERD okay already. Just this interface only.
So in that case, I have another idea whereby I think this is route, right? This is taken from route schedule. Because normally if I go to KL, I will check the bus and the receipt that I received. Normally it will be printed as KLIA2 dash KL Central, means origin and destination. So perhaps that is the description of the schedule. Or is it route? I think it's route. It depends on your attributes. You need to recheck your attributes, right? How about the others? Any idea?
Just add
Mm,
Right.
just add the starting point only.
Oh
Starting
yeah.
point, but when the customer get their ticket, they don't know where they are heading.
Huh? We just need both.
The
Ah,
destination
ah, ah.
code.
It and both the information cannot. It,
It needs to be linked together. Like for this particular schedule, okay, origin is A to B, and then there might be A can go to C also. So you cannot like have an origin and destination because perhaps it doesn't exist in the route table that you have. You may have KK to Tawau, KK to Sandakan, but you might not have like KK 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 to where some other route. Hmm.
if we cannot search for it, then they just know they just say no doesn't exist.
So in this case,
And,
which primary key you want the cell stuff to search for? Means in the pull down list.
the
You cannot search for
origin
destination code already.
cannot origin and destination together, man.
Can you do that using Visual Basic? Can you imagine to like how to do the coding to retrieve it and then display in this table? So are you saying you have two destination code and also origin code at the same time? And the third one is number of passenger?
Right. And bus status. Yeah. Same meaning.
Can you show again your attribute?
For the ARD, right?
Yang just now.
oh,
It depends on the design of your database, in fact. Yeah, good question, no?
Maybe when they log in or they already set their origin.
Tapi kan kalau they select the destination code, or perhaps you can add in the table, right, the origin. So they can select the destination code only and show the available bus route for that destination, and tak boleh juga. Tak boleh. Okay, where is it? Scroll down. Oh, ada sudah. Route you only have. Oh, route you have origin and destination. So meaning just now, your what you want to display is a schedule, right? Inside the table. So you are assuming, okay, the first schedule 001, for this departure date, this is the route ID, from where to where. So your booking will get the primary key from the schedule ID. So what should be displayed in your table in the screen? So you will get the schedule ID. Here you need to think whether using Visual Basic, you can select
Actually, the interface, like, there's no code at all.
there's no what?
There's no like actual code. We just like print out the text on like here, right?
Yeah, I know. you just trying to think, the destination code is in fact from where do you get it? Do you simply, because it is only linked through the schedule ID,
Get from the route lah. Yeah.
get
So
from the route?
All the route already have origin.
Hmm. So meaning it will display um, the table is in fact the bus schedule, where it will only display the schedule ID where the destination code is uh, matching with the destination code selected by the sales staff. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All the destination have different origin. They just pick the origin they from.
when they select that particular schedule ID, I think your data entry screen is missing something. So there's no booking ID also. Booking, what can I see?
Automatically generated.
You need to show also as the system generated, perhaps at the top. What is the name of the primary key for this booking? Booking ID, ticket ID. Okay, ticket ID. So you need to display the ticket ID. Da, da, da. Oh, please display the booking date as well.
Need to display the ID. Not just, isn't it just automatically generated into the ticket?
For this screen, it would be better if you can display it as a system generated, means it will be like disable or using different color. Means it's not for data entry, but to display, okay, this is you are entering for this particular ticket number. And then the date as well. I think the ticket ID, the ticket number, and the date should be displayed as a system generated field. Okay, means should be somewhere at the top or somewhere, yeah. Now I'm still thinking about the table. So if you select the destination code, there will be more than one destination code. So how do you know which schedule ID is selected?
Just put in the schedule ID lor.
Oh, so meaning now it's not about
The route,
destination
no, the
code.
route,
It's about
the route ID. Wait, the schedule ID.
Because I was thinking can add another table for the destination. Destination linked to the origin and destination, like location table.
repeat again.
At the location table, like
Location.
first the attributes is the location code and location description linked to these two, origin and destination.
Why?
I don't know. I just suggesting. I just asking. Should we add more tables? Add one more table just for the location of these two, location info. Because this two is a location, right? Origin location,
Mm-mm.
destination location.
Mm-hmm.
So, so this route, uh, they consists of one route consists of two locations.
Route ID can represent both origin and destination. Cannot can
If you add location macam more complex, it will be difficult for you to like grab too many key to like relate to the table. So what I'm thinking is that to make it easier, what the sales staff need to enter would be the schedule ID. So the table will,
how would the sales staff know which schedule ID to put in?
that's another thing.
Cannot really just search the destination and then just pick whichever ID, right? Whichever
How
one.
do you pick? Do you know how to like from the table select one record and then it will be transferred to another field?
Is that okay? Shouldn't
Actually, the user have to click select one
Mm-hmm.
schedule and the number of passengers. Then they click
Mm-hmm.
this add booking. Then after they click the add booking, then consider the add into the booking
ticket.
table. There's one record insert inside.
I repeat.
First, uh, the user have to key in the number of passengers and they select which schedule in the table. Right? Then after they click the add booking, then only the new record is insert inside the booking table. Uh,
Okay, make it this way. You should add a search.
Search.
You add a search, perhaps search for destination code. Okay, and then based on the destination code, then it will only display the schedule with that particular destination code.
Yeah, like that. You
And
just change the search only.
add in the search. Okay, so
Can isn't it already
search by,
isn't it already search then?
but now we need to select the which schedule.
Yeah, we can keep this for search as search only. Yeah. The destination code is for search. You just pick which one and then it automatically search. Isn't it? No need to add one more. No need to add one more box for search.
Okay, in that case, so you're assuming that then how do you imply that um, after displaying the bus schedule inside the table, that the sales staff need to select or enter something?
Just add
She,
instruction. Just label instruction somewhere to select here.
can you think of the instruction now? We're
Select.
talking about the user friendliness feature.
Yeah, just select. Just put select the scheduler from the box.
Mhm. And
Select the schedule from the box below.
then how about
Not
the
enough.
search?
The search lah. Why? The search. Why the search only search for the code ma? You scroll, it's just drop down code
So
only.
where do you want to put it? The two instructions.
The label can put above or below the box can above below or below the table. Cannot me?
Below the table, what do you want to add?
Please and enter select the schedule like that.
The flow should be top, bottom, left to right. If you put that at the bottom, but then your ad booking is somewhere at the left side. So meaning the sales staff will click ad booking first. So you need to rearrange. Have you learned about, is it included in your Visual Basic syllabus? When you have a table, there is a code for like when you select one of the row in the table, then you can save it, or you can obtain the record for your further coding.
Like this kind is like the user pick towel and then this one. It will flow like this.
Tapi you need to tambah the origin kan?
Oh, yeah, the origin. Oh, yeah.
And then if the sales staff select say yang 9 a.m. punya. Okay, select 9 a.m. So now what happened in the back-end processing after it is being selected?
Not yet, nothing yet.
I mean what can be done to show the sales staff that something happened after she select that particular row.
So
Means it has been selected.
Yeah, selected lah saya. This, yeah. So the user key in like 5 keys per second. Then they click the add booking. Then this record will be inserted into the booking table. Yeah.
Now I can see already. I really hope you all know how to do to select the when the record is the row is selected. You can obtain the all the necessary attribute like the schedule idea, right? The best thing would be to indicate that the user have successfully selected this. It would be better if there's a successful message as well. Like for this one, when the sales staff click add booking, then a successful message would be ticket from where to where, date success, something like that, just to show a successful message.
Just when you click add booking, and then it'll show the message like all the info,
like
all the info.
destination. Yes. I think that will really help to really understand this screen design. With that, yeah, then there should not be any question mark. If you can design the what do you call that dialog box pop up.
Dialog box, and then
yes.
and then if you add confirmation there also can.
Oh yeah, it's better if like you show a confirmation box, and then after that the successful box, successful message.
Can the message be the all the information in the confirmation box, like all the
Kalau confirmation, yes. because you want the cells, you don't want the cells clock to make mistake, right? And then one of your purpose for this BT system is to reduce human error. Ya kah? Macam to
Yeah, like
reduce
that.
human error. So you need to help this sales staff to make sure, oh, I've entered the booking correctly, show the confirmation message, show everything that has been selected. And then if she click proceed, then it will save, show successful. Ticket has been booked. Siap.
Okay.
I think that solved it lah. As long as my reviewer understand the whole thing about the entering of the data, there should not be any question mark about the design of this screen. So what is the conclusion? We just need to add the origin there, right? In the table.
Origin. Right.
Change in, yeah, add one more. Okay, so just now 3 tambah 4 lah. There are 4 things that you need to make changes for the final report. Oh yeah, satu lagi. Number 5 is the confirmation dialog box, and then the successful message. I think perhaps you can make it simple. What should you put there? Ticket booking successful. Is it meaningful for success message?
Can.
Yeah. Successful booking.
So 5 things are for your final report. So if this is like complete, then your final report will be detailed also. Oh, very good question, Noel. So I think we can end our class. Okay, so I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay.
Welcome. Bye bye.
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Welcome.